Okay, so here is another two-finger banjo lesson, beginner lesson, I would say. Thank you for watching the first one. A few people commented that I should do another one and that it was helpful. I'm really happy for that. So in this first lesson, there was the thumb lead style and the index lead style. Okay, so that was about the right hand. Now, as you know, there's a lot of tunes for banjo, for old-time banjo, which are like fiddle tunes or banjo-style tunes, whatever. But now, we're not going to do a tune. I think as far as the tunes go, we can just follow them, slowing down, whatever. But here's something about the left hand that I wish somebody told me when I just got my first banjo in high school, okay? So when you have your banjo tuned to standard G, open G major tuning, you're mostly gonna play in G major. And if you're a beginner, then definitely you want to, if you're playing with a guitar player, fiddle player, whoever that might be, you want to play in G major first. It's the easiest. And here's the thing I didn't know, which is the G scale, or in other words, not using the fancy word, just the notes on the fretboard you're going to hit most of the times, which is the and maybe not every one of those notes in a song or in a tune, but you're definitely not gonna use the first and the third fret here. That's not going to work. So you can just play that up and down. Let's start with this index style lead, then use your pointing finger and I'm sliding to that third fret on the second string. It has a familiar flavor. It's used so much all over the banjo playing. And also the slide, you can slide up to the fourth, so and then maybe and then the second fret on the first string, and then here the top G note. Here is the F sharp that is sometimes used, but this basic stuff like Cripple Creek, it obviously uses that G major pattern. And so first thing is this pattern, and you can just, just get really familiar with the sound of those notes, and just remember that you're going to hit those notes a lot of times on the banjo, more likely than other notes or frets that are around them. And the second thing is, not necessarily you have to know just the tunes. It's good to know the chords. So even if you're playing like old time or two finger style, or whatever style that would be, or Seeger style maybe, which is very good for chords, you can use G as a beginner and G major. You can use G, the C, which is the middle finger here on the second fret, fourth string, and then the pointing finger here on the first fret, second string, and here on the second fret, second string. That's the C. And your most basic D would be, it doesn't have the major or minor feel, but it's the easiest to fret. So second fret, third string, third fret, second string, and that's the D. And if you want to practice a little bit of each of those two finger styles from the previous lesson, you can just, maybe not play a tune necessarily and try to remember the melody and ornamentation and everything. Just play in G and then play a little bit of C and a little bit of D, like 4 bars or whatever. You can go and you can switch between the strings with your right hand, so you're getting. And that already sounds nice, and if you're sitting at home in a living room or whatever, it sounds like music already. Those 3 chords and the 2-finger style with the right hand, and I was just hitting those strings like the first note of the right hand pattern from the previous video. I was just hitting random strings here. Sometimes the third string was first, sometimes the second, sometimes the fourth. Okay, so, and then obviously the first and the fifth, right? So you can make it a pattern or just use different string for each pattern, but then the first and the fifth. And when you switch those chords, you get a nice sound and a nice exercise if you want to exercise, and a nice little piece of music if you're more into like just strumming along. I'll count off to 4 and then we can try to play this very slowly. It's the G chord, C chord, back to G, then to D, and we're gonna do it 2 times, 4 bars of each chord, and that would be all for today. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.